Hello, we're live now. Streaming live with a somewhat voice that's come back from the grave. Back. Turn on the lights. Let's get the lights going. Got a little green light. I should probably rotate the camera a little bit, just probably better. There we go. You can see some of the green LED lights. Very fancy. Let's turn on our music channel. Where is the music channel? Here we are. I actually found an amazing royalty-free stream on Spotify. Pretty cool. So I'll just make sure that everything's running properly before I just validate the Twitch and YouTube are running, and we can have them as separate windows here. One here, and go live. Tech Pulse. All right, yes, we do. Oh. Alrighty then, let's go. Oh, why? I wonder why that my Twitch account is logged out, and I need to enter the 2FA code. That's interesting. Resend SMS 2FA SMS. Come on, where is it? All right. So today really is going to be mostly just, as usual, on the Tech Pulse. Michał again, our co-host, is not able to make it today. Unfortunately, he's not able to be with us. So I'll be jumping in pretty much just myself. We might have some background music in there. Why not? Let's see, there's quite a lot there. I'm not which one. Midnight, no. Moonwalk. Let's find something relaxing, groovy. Oh, this one's pretty straightforward. Yeah, pretty chill. All right. Okay, there we go. We'll fade into that. And the screen share scene. So need to set that up. Okay, so I'm just setting up some audio capture for this before I kick off with the actual windows. So I'm just playing this name's but oh, actually, why can I share the source here? That's interesting. Sources, add. macOS audio capture, Spotify screen. It's interesting. I can't actually application audio. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, let's dive into the latest news from around the tech world. And in our case, we want to jump on and let's see what's this here. I want to jump on and basically explore what's happening in some of the big places of tech news. Last time it was only we only got through the Y Combinator hacker news, and then got into got into, was it the hacker news? Then we got into the startup news for the Australian market. So this is an Australian video stream. Michał is from Poland, but most of the stuff that I will talk about is from Australia when he's not here. Otherwise, when we're both on here, we might go through TechCrunch or some of the more international locations for news. So we're going to dive in now to hacker news. So what do we have here? I really should get onto that Twitch TV, my account. Again, okay, let's log in. Again, okay, let's log in. Again, okay, let's log in. Again. Alright, so I've got it here. Let's go to my account. Alright, so I've got it here. Create a dashboard. And the stream together, streaming tools. Community, content, video producer. Roles manager. Stream manager, that's it. There we are. Got it. Alright. It's quiet, too quiet. I think my Twitch stream nothing's happening there. So okay, let's see, what do we have here that is worth checking out in latest tech news? Rust. What is Rust? I mean, I'm just, after the whole macro fiasco in Swift that I've had an experience with, I don't know about Rust macros or Rust. I don't know about this whole Rust thing, but I'm going to dive into it at some point. Really want to dive into Rust, really want to dive into Go. I mean, these languages are really worth learning. There's always stuff that they're going to be applied in the future. Very popular, especially with Rust. It's not backed by a large organization like Apple or Microsoft. It's kind of like built by devs for devs. I think it has got a big sponsor, but I don't. Let's double check that. Rust, rustlang.org. Who owns Rust? Governance. Let's see. Social. Who owns Rust? It's the async working group. Libraries for async. Okay, wait. Interesting. Different working groups. Why Rust? Version 1790. Learn Rust. Tools, governance, community. Yeah, I don't know who owns Rust. It's maintained by the Rust team. I mean, how are they licenses, logo policy, Rust Forge? So I mean, obviously, people who work on things need to buy food and live. So they need to eat food to survive, basically. So how do they do that? I mean, it's a language like, C++ and C were built by people. I guess they didn't necessarily funded by anyone really, were they? I'm trying to find each major decision in Rust. That's a Rust request for comments. All right, let's go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia Rust language. The Rust language, what is it? It is the language cross-platform, licensed by MIT Apache. Okay, Rust began as a personal project by Mozilla research employee. Evolution through the trends. In 2014, the editor-in-chief of Dr. Dobbs Journal. I wonder if that's still around. I'm going to keep coughing. That's so annoying. Mozilla layoffs and Rust. Okay, so there is a Rust Foundation. The Rust Foundation is a non-profit membership organization incorporated with the primary purpose of backing the technical project as a legal entity to help manage the trademark and infrastructure assets. Okay, cool. So it's actually a lot of support from Microsoft, Huawei, Google, not Apple, obviously, because they've got their own interest in, excuse me, they've got their own interest in Swift and some other contributions. So no love for Rust from Apple, but you got Google, Microsoft, the big ones, and not Facebook for some reason. All right. Fast production grade web bundler based on Rust. Not really interested in that. Booting Linux off of Google Drive. Paper trails. Hot Tetris. Getting the world record. Ask Hey-chan who is hiring. Reflections for C++ 26. Unexpected journey into Microsoft's Defender signature world. What is that? Is Microsoft Defender? Oh, interesting. So Microsoft Defender is their antivirus software. I guess they're going to be doing pretty well now that Kaspersky has been banned. Kaspersky is actually pretty good, but you know it's easy if shit goes. Excuse my language, but if it's easy if the stuff goes down that you get like software that gets blown up, basically, you know. Unfortunate. We actually saw that in excuse me. I'm wondering whether it's actually going to be worth it to do this live stream with just the extent of my coughing. So we'll see how we go. It's just this itch that you cannot scratch. Literally it is an itch that you cannot scratch here. Oh gosh. Did Turing prove the undecidability of the halting problem? Conway's game of... Oh! This is interesting. Conway's game of life for curved surfaces. From 2012. So this isn't anything new, right? I mean, this is an article for 2012. So if you don't know... If you don't know what Conway's Game of Life is, it is basically an cellular automata that is based around a simple set of rules. Now, there were a number of them. I think this was number what? It was CA something, because there were a lot of different rules. And it's like pieces of music. You write all these pieces of music, you do all these things, and one of them might go, take off. And then in case of this is exactly what happened. So this one looks like it's actually using, to explain how effective grids, it's using grids based off of circular. Okay, interesting. So they're smoothing out areas where you have, it's not a discrete function anymore, but it is a continuous one. Sigmoidal function. Smooth out sigmoid function. Interesting. Looks like a kind of like wave function there of some form. I'm not sure exactly what that is. They're trying different smooth life. They're calling it time stepping. Discretized. Okay. So what? I'm wondering, should I just read through it? This is actually this is the demo. If you want to try out Smooth Life for yourself in your browser, I made a few JS fiddles to illustrate the basic concept. Here's a Fourier-based implementation that follows the discussion in in this article pretty closely. I also made a WebGL. Okay, let's try the WebGL one. That's probably going to be a bit faster. Let's have a look what he's done. It looks like a pretty straightforward set of rules. It's not really doing too much at all. Can we run it? Color palette. Console. Nothing's happening. What is this? Update stateFS single cell main. That's interesting. So it looks like the C code comment FS WebGL. So I guess I'm not sure what's meant to happen here, but it doesn't look like it works. Let's try the other one. Oh man, this is probably tiny. Oh god, I did it again, didn't I? Made it tiny view. Let's zoom this in. So, I mean, I was actually having to zoom in, like get really close to the screen to even read this. Jesus. Really gotta get used to this whole streaming thing with the enlarged view on these monitors, because unfortunately, when you're watching it on YouTube, it's that's as close as we can get. So let's jump back. Once again, so yeah, same thing here. Pretty close. And this one is just a Fourier. Let's see, does it work? So this one isn't using WebGL, it's using no library, pure JS. Can we run it? Run it. Okay. and nothing. I'm not even sure what's going on here. How you just do run, right? What? All right, that was interesting. And let's go back to Hacker News. Unfortunately, that didn't work. I mean, it would have been interesting to see Conway's Game of Life, which was non-discrete but continuous. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any of the view to work. So let's zoom in here. My Python code is a neural network. What is this? The cutest Monopoly koala show H and created After Effects alternative. taking app for developers. Oh, that's interesting. Viper IDE, Micro Python IDE for web and mobile. Oh, that one looks interesting. Also, what is this? Oh, we'll do this one. EDN opening tab, and we'll check this one. All right. So we have a micro ID. Welcome to Edna, a note-taking app for developers and power users. Power users, open, create, or delete a note. Command B. Oh, cool. Here is a note. Yep. Let's go back. Let's go back to help. Okay, so this is okay. Here are the command. Here are the commands. Okay, Command Shift P. Command palette. Where's my command palette? P. There we go. So this is like a Visual Studio block. Split cursor. Create note. Enable spell checking. So it's just like. But I mean, what's the purpose of this? If I've just got notes in my notes application, right? So I could just use notes. Why would I want to use this? Why Edna? Unique features of Edna is that a note can be divided into blocks. Each block has a type of markdown: plaintext, math block, JavaScript code, code, etc. Use Edna is a web-based application but can store notes on disk like a desktop app. Look, to be honest, don't get me wrong, I like web apps, but you just can't go wrong with desktop apps. Like, I mean, even on the crazy Electron apps that use up all your memory, all your resources, like I think Spotify. Let's see, activity monitor. What do we got here? CPU percent. So OBS Studio is taking up the most, but then we have Windows Server, and I bet you, let's see, UVC Assistant, Spotify. Okay, it's not too bad. I think Spotify was actually based on Electron. I think it was, or it is. I know Visual Studio Code is. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is that I would prefer it to be a desktop app. I know I could have a window here, right? But then, I'm so used to different commands that, can you do Command S? This is note and Command S. What does that do? It's my notes. Can't delete, scratch, Control delete, enter, open new note, open new note, Command enter. Okay, this is a scratch. Interesting. I'm not really exactly sure what this does, but yeah. All right. Interesting. Yeah. Look, I've tried so many different applications with this stuff, and I have to say that my favorite one to use, it is absolutely the best, is this. I'll show you right here. Right here is the best one. It is just good notes on an iPad, and it's an iPad Pro. And I keep thinking about upgrading my iPad Pro, going, I should get the M1. But really, I mean, my concern is with the battery on this thing. But really, I should just take it in to get the battery fixed, replaced. It's not as good as it used to be, but I think by doing that, all I do is I write scratch notes with the pencil. It's great. It works fine. And then I do meetings and chat. I mean, I shouldn't have to need an M1, M2, M3, M4 for any of that. I mean, unless, if you're doing video editing, then sure, maybe that makes sense. But I don't. I don't do video editing on the iPad. I do it on the MacBook Pro. So let's check out Viper IDE. So it's an innovative MicroPython IDE for web and mobile. So what is this? Is this web-based, or is it multiple ways to connect on Windows, direct USB serial? Oh, this is nice. So you could actually do this on a embedded device, right? So you could have like an embedded device, like really small footprint, and then have something like this that you can write code and actually do stuff on inside that device instead of using something like Vim. And not everybody knows how to use Vim or VI. It is much more, it's a very power user option. I've tried it. I really need to sit down and spend a few weeks just plugging away and doing it, As they say, start small. I've started the tutorial, but, it's not a priority. Like if it's not contributing to the value that I can create right at the moment. Maybe if I could spend some time. Yeah, and it's actually, oh, there we go. Ukrainian there. Or is it Privyet is Ukrainian, I think, like that. Could be Ukrainian, could be Russian. Either way, I just noticed that. No software installation required. Works out of the box. Covers most of the functionality tools in remote API shell. Multiple ways to connect on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android. Direct USB serial, REPL over internet, WED REPL over local network, Bluetooth LE. Oh, interesting. This can be used on devices with native BLE support. ESP32. So I'm a big BLE person, big Bluetooth person. I've worked in a lot of products involving BLE, and I think I want to dive into the ESP32 level. I've got an ESP32 unit here on the Arduino. It's really just about finding a use case for it, right? I actually want to build an app called it's called the Bluetooth Cloner, and so it's like a BLE application that will clone a device. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. Viper IDE for Python, right? Let's see, Python, innovative MicroPython IDE for web and mobile. I mean, sure, web and mobile. So yeah, look, I mean, if you can connect to it through BLE, interesting, right? Supported boards, MP remote. So I'm not sure how this would work, right? How does it work? Limitations: web USB, web Bluetooth require. Yeah, okay. So MicroPython will be embedded. It's like embedded Python. Interesting. Look, everybody seems to be jumping on the embedded bandwagon, to be honest. I've seen so much embedded development just blow up. I'm not sure why. Uh, you know, IoT. It's not even called really IoT development anymore. It's called like you know, embedded device development more so, which is really what IoT was in the first place. It was just like a marketing tagline for investors, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway. Next up, what do we got in Hacker News? That's pretty interesting. Better merge workflow with Jiu-Jitsu. Pumped storage hydroelectricity. Code reviews do find bugs. That is true. What goes around comes around. Working title. Okay. It's Hacker News for today. Let's see. Startup news. Startup Daily. So this is the Australian segment. Really, this is for startups in tech. I mean, call startups really are essentially like technology companies that are starting up inside the Australian space. So last week we talked about the green credits. Let's see what we have here. We have Cicada Innovations reveals the startup starring at Tech 23, July 2nd. So this was today. Cicada Innovations revealed the 23 startups to take part in this year's Cicada X23 event next month. The 23 were chosen from more than 143 applications. Okay. Fantastic. Aquila. They range from wireless charging. Hey, wireless charging. Is that wireless charging cars? I mean, that would be great. And we got Aquila, which last month raised $2 million to Alt.Leather, the plant-based fabric substitute concept. Yeah, so she's spending her Tesla bucks. Fabric substitute. Robin Denom. Spending the Tesla bucks. That's a Tesla bucks, man. Tesla's not having a good time. I don't know how. I mean, like, yeah, they'll just keep bumping up the share price to keep things moving. But as a company, like they're I guess their vitals are pretty weak. Whew. Yeah. I mean, they're I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of commentary, but I would say that, you know, there's yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I wouldn't buy Tesla. I mean, the whole Cybertruck debacle. But yeah, you know what? Whatever. Like, if they can just keep improving, sure. But, you know, I don't know. I've seen companies like that, and I've worked with companies like that where the funds kind of like more on hype and like maybe look a bit of intimidation also, I guess, with Tesla, more so with the board and trying to quiet any dissent or any kind of like pushback. But yeah, look, I really like. I hope the engineers are good. The engineers are great, and I really hope that they they push the industry further. But everybody else, like a lot of the other car companies, I'm just like, I would definitely not buy a Tesla. End of story. Anyway, food and fiber authentication app. Interesting. Zondi, which won the Startup Daily Best Tech Award for Best Regional Startup. Interesting. Food and fiber authentication app. That's interesting. An organic hit. Food and fiber authenticator. Zondi named Australia's Best Regional Startup. Imagine if you could detect disease in ginger, fraud in Manuka honey, and adulteration of tea tree oil using a smartphone. Oh dear. From Armadale, South Wales, North Tablelands, innovative female-founded AgTech startup. I like it how they put female-founded. Why does that even make any difference? Like, what is that? Anyway, whatever. Good. Yeah, male or female-founded. AG Tech startup is putting power and profits into the hands of farmers via their smartphones. First founder launched Zondi wool handheld scanning technology that could be easily used in the sale yards and shearing shed to detect micron size fiber thickness of wool to aid the micron size fiber thickness of wool to aid farmers with stock decisions for better genetics and breeding. Modern plans in terms of global beta multispectral technology into the world's first smartphone verification tool for food and fiber. Interesting. So they have a lens that sits that sits in front of the camera and would split the spectrum up, or bring in things from the non-visible light into the visible light, I guess. So what do? So they raised $1 million in equity funding. All right, demand for 100% natural, renewable, biodegradable. So okay, interesting. I'm really interested in the technology behind this, right? For the wool micro development, you couldn't find a better location in New England which produces in the world. Okay. While some of our staff are remote, more than team members and research interns work from the Nova Smart Region Incubator laboratories. All right. So it's called Zondi. Let's check out Zondi. I'm interested in what they use. Zondi is a handheld device. So it's a smartphone device. So where is the technology? Save time, make better decisions. Okay, so what is this Australian startup? There's a lot of marketing to just make some noise, really. Like I mean, who cares? Like, why is this important that you're a small business enterprise? I mean, who is this site for? It's definitely not for. Here we go. Perception AI specialist. Andres has a degree in AI and in the AI in engineering applications. In the AI in engineering, has a degree in the AI in AI as a AI. Okay. Projects. Board directors. Okay, cool. Look, good luck to them. I don't see anything about. I'll send them an email. Let's send them an email and say, hey, I can't see that you guys have any app developers. I'm an Australian app developer. Let's send them an email. Okay, Peter. You say, hey, hello. I saw your work on the Startups Daily website. Looks like you're doing some great work. Great work. All right, great work. Okay. I didn't see any app developer on your team. Let's say small. I always got a freelance developer in Melbourne and would love to support project. And I'll say, look, here's my LinkedIn. Or LinkedIn. I won't share my LinkedIn. Reality works. Is that? It's not even that one. LinkedIn. Where's my page? Here we go. LinkedIn. That's my LinkedIn. Okay. LinkedIn, and also and we'll send them this YouTube channel. Why not? Let's send them YouTube. Let's send them to YouTube. Let's send them here. Who knows? You know, you just do a bit of reading around. Tech. Okay. Who knows? Maybe this might. If you need more insight or insight, information about my work. Do email. Thanks. Who knows? Who knows what will come of that? So I'm still actually working on the project for animal face detection. But look, that's not what this is for. We're going to continue with reading the news. And science team. All right, cool. Good luck. Let's see what happens next. Let's see what's next. Why not? Let's dive into. We've done this. Startups Daily. Let's continue on with this. Cicada Innovations. Okay. So we've got like an event here, right? When is it on? Where these 23 startups to take part of this event. And it is Aquila. Infrared long distance charging. Long distance charging. What? It's building an energy network of light. Wait a second. This just doesn't sound right. This is infrared long distance charging. Aquila is building an energy network of light that enables long distance dynamic charging and energy transmission, able to keep a surveillance drone in the air 24/7. Charge a commercial electric plane mid-flight. What? I mean, this is just sounds like a little bit. And there's a bunch of. Yeah, look, I look, call me a skeptic, but if you have an entire industrial base of like thousands of people that haven't done this, Australia, look, good luck. I mean, it's not really necessarily the place to do massive industrial scale charging like this. This looks more like a university research paper than a startup. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This is just a bit much. I don't know. How can I take this seriously? How can you take this seriously? We're making energy wireless. Okay, so come on, let's soar. Lightweight future. I mean, the website looks pretty slick. Okay, highly skilled scientists. So someone's friends with Claire Birch for sure, or Nikki. Probably the technology, maybe Luke Preston. He sounds familiar. Embedded software engineer, optical engineer. Yeah, all right. That's what they're looking for, engineers at the moment. But I think they have a couple of. They've got the founder. They got 2 guys, and operations team, and they just started. Made a pretty slick website. I guess who book a demo. Look, I mean, I don't know what to say. What can you? Startup Daily, Blackbird backs for 3 million seed. Oh well, look, it is a seed round. And they've got the, why not? Look, why not give it a go? I mean, with the way things are going, I think this would be pretty good for warfare. Well, not really. I mean, you could have like the drone come back, right? Get charged and then carry another grenade and go off and drop that, right? Or medical deliveries, but then. I mean, you'd still. Okay, wait a second, right? So, you got a drone in the air and you got this light that's following it and charging the battery, right? I don't know. You charge the battery from a long distance. But how far, right? Like, oh god, this is just so weird. Because you essentially when you would need to charge it, when you would need to charge the drone, it would be far away, right? So you want to charge, or as it's leaving, you're charging it as it's going to so it maintains the battery level. And then after that, what? It leaves, and then it goes far away from the light. Too far away from the light, and then does its thing and comes back. So I guess you can extend the range of something. Damn, this is like very green, because this screen is also green. I just realized how green all this was. Let me just turn on my view. All right. That's better. Not so green anymore. I felt like I was like turning into the Hulk. Hulky wokey. Hulky wokey. Wokey. The future tech. We're working with innovators to put this transformative technology to good use. Okay, let's just say this. To power the future by building and operating an infinitely scalable energy network. Reliable access to clean energy. It's holding the world back. Renewables are helping, but they're held back too by distribution networks that take too much time, land, and money to build. Climate change increase. We need a game changer. We need wireless energy. I don't know anything about wireless energy, but I think something's telling me that we can't get a phone to charge wirelessly and effective without dissipating the ridiculous amounts of heat. Good luck, guys. All I gotta say is good luck. You definitely got it cut out for you. But what I think will probably happen with these is they'll come up with some interesting ideas. They'll do some interesting things, and then all of that will, if something comes out of it, then great. This is what universities do. Essentially, they fund a lot of stuff and then they sell it onto industry. It's the same thing. It's like universities, like once you get out and go into a PhD and you get a scholarship or get industry experience, you go back to do a scholarship, go back to do a PhD or a research paper, and you get paid to do it, right? You get a scholarship to do it. And all of that stuff goes back into industry. And I guess the people that the universities kind of get the most out of it, but they also provide the platform for you to do it too. So they provide the money and then, reap the reward. So Blackbird kind of like does a similar thing. They do fund some teams, but I think this is like a little bit too wishy-washy to me. I feel like this is what I would do when I didn't really have a clear and established path to what problem I was solving in the health industry. When I did this, a similar thing to this, had a great website, started doing things, and then it really there just wasn't really that great a market for it. But anyway, it's very different to this. Good luck, guys. And that's it. I think we're wrapping up. Some interesting things today. They probably got some funds from the Green Energy Fund too for this as well. Absolutely. But look, I guess that's all happening now. We're trying to find ways to create clean energy or transport clean energy. Well, it's I guess that's where we're at now. All right. Thank you very much. That's it for another live stream. A little review of the stuff that's going on. Not really enough time. I mean, 1 hour to go through the news like this. It's just never enough. But anyway, we'll see you next week, and hopefully Mihal's back on, and we'll have more entertainment for you all. Bye.